Good. Hey, we look a little bit different today. I get to see myself. Well, for a start, we're in black and white.
That's amazing.
Who knew that the world could be black and white? It's also different, isn't it? I'm wearing this black and white shirt, and the sky is a slightly grey colour, and everything around it. Anyway, enough of that malarkey. We're in black and white, especially. Can you go down a little bit because everybody's just seeing the top of my head?
I can't see because we're doing it.
Tilt it a little bit. That's it. There we go. Right. We're in black and white, especially because in the UK today we're celebrating, whatever the word is, acknowledging, celebrating VE Day. So you can see, perhaps, apart from the washing on the line, you can see we've got some bunting out. We've put our bunting out, and there's a big
I'm not sure if you can see it.
There's a big Union Jack kind of over there, but we're having I guess you'd call it a street party, sort of a VE Day, socially distanced.
We're making strawberries and cream.
Strawberries and cream,
shortbread.
and there's sandwiches with the crusts cut off, and spam fritters, and all that malarkey. Anyway, back to the job in hand. Two things to do today. We're going to attempt to read a poem after this, but the kind of like the important order of the day is the very last chapter of the Enchanted Wood. I'm quite sad about that. We start with another book on Monday, so it's not like the kind of like you haven't seen The Last of Us, but this is the last of the Enchanted Wood for the moment. You know, if this lockdown continues for a long time, I guess after the wishing chair we may skip back to the next Faraway Tree book, but who knows. But we're back for the last chapter of the Enchanted Wood. Emily's going to be reading it. It's
and
actually
also filming in a really awkward way.
Well, yeah, well I'll do this kind of like the filming. So the chapter is very appropriately, because it's VE Day, and VE Day was all about the kind of like the victory in Europe, for those of you that don't know what kind of like it is. Lovely black and white, isn't it? And it's called Safe Back Home Again and Goodbye, which is really what kind of VE Day was really all about. Oh, you get to see the neighbours walking past as well. Look at that, equally appropriately in black and white. Look at them, no colour at all. They're completely saturated of colour. They're in black and white. So Safe Back Home Again and Goodbye. Tinker's going to read. Let me pass that across without...
There you go.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Right, so there's Tinker, all in black and white, bedecked in black and white there. Right, okay.
Are you seriously going to be filming me that whole time?
No,
like that?
I'm going to make... I've got the book, haven't I?
You can't see it, but...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Sorry if we're not actually showing
No,
it.
that's okay.
We can't tell.
Right, okay. Kick it off then. Safe Back Home Again and Goodbye.
The party went on and on. The game of musical chairs was fun, for instead of somebody taking a chair away each time the music stopped, the chair took itself away, walked neatly off and stood watching. Silky won that game. She was so quick and light on her feet. A big box of chocolates came flying down through the air to her when she sat down on the very last chair and pushed Moonface away. She was delighted. Whilst they were eating, they saw a most astonishing sight. Look, said Moonface, almost swallowing his chocolate in astonishment. What's this coming? Everyone looked. It seemed like a lot of little brightly coloured men, running very upright. What do you suppose they are? They were birthday presents, shouted What's-His-Name, jumping off his seat in delight. Presents running to us, ready to be unwrapped. Really, those presents were the greatest fun. They were like little gift-wrapped boxes on tiny legs, dodging away, trying not to be caught. Everyone ran after them, laughing and shouting. One by one, the happy little boxes were caught, and then they were unwrapped and opened. My goodness, what special things there were inside. I've got a brooch in the shape of the faraway tree, cried Franny, pinning it on herself. I want one too, said her doll. Well, you must catch a present then, Perinal, said Franny after, and how she laughed to see her doll running about after a red birthday present box. Perinal, is that how you say it?
Perinal, yeah.
Perinal caught one at last and brought it back to Franny. Inside there was a teddy bear-shaped brooch, which Perinal was simply delighted with. Joe found a shining silver whistle inside his present. When he blew it, it sounded just like all the birds in the Enchanted Wood. He was very happy with it. Moonface found a special squeaker that sounded just like a cat, meowing, mewing, and made the old saucepan man go hunting for cats all the time. Naughty Moonface. He pressed his squeaker behind the saucepan man and laughed till he cried to hear him calling, "Puss, puss, puss, puss," and looking under tables and chairs. Silky's clock wanted a present too, so it ran after one and trod on one to catch it. It held its foot with it. It held it with its foot and unwrapped it with Silky. What do you suppose was in it? A tiny can of oil. Just the thing that oil clockwork wheels and springs with, said Silky in delight. The clock was very pleased. It chimed 22 times without stopping, much to the walking doll's astonishment. They played hide and seek, and immediately the most exciting bushes and trees sprang up everywhere and to hide behind. Really, the birthday land was the most excited country to be in. Then they played pin the tail on a donkey, and a giant toy donkey in a big fluffy tail appeared out of nowhere. Then they thought they would have races, and hey, presto, they saw a crowd of small cars drive up, all ready to be raced. In got everyone, choosing the car they liked the best. There was even a tiny one for Perenelle the doll, and an extra one for Silky's cook, who joined in the fun and ding-donged merrily all the time. The old saucepan man won the race, though he dropped a few saucepans on the way. Moonface handed him a box of toffee that had appeared for the winner. "You've won," he said. "Run," said Saucepan Man. "All right, I'll run." And he ran and ran just to show off how fast he could run when he wanted to. What a noise he made with his kettles and saucepans clattering along with him. Supper time, shouted Moonface suddenly, and he pointed to a lovely sight. About 100,000 toadstools had suddenly grown up, and appearing on them were just jugs of all kinds of delicious drinks and cakes and fruits. Smaller toadstools grew beside the big ones. "They are for seats," cried Silky, sitting down on one and helping herself to some acornade.
I think they're for seats. Acornade, I'm guessing. Lemonade made of acorns, I'm guessing.
"I'm hungry. Come on, everyone." Beth flew down from the air. She did love flying. Franny ran up with her little doll, and who followed her everywhere, talking in her little high voice. Joe galloped up on his pony. Everyone was very happy. It began to get dark, but nobody minded, because big lanterns suddenly shone out everywhere in the trees and bushes. As they sat and ate, there came a loud bang, bang. Perenelle cuddled up to Franny, frightened. Silky's clock tried to get on Silky's knee, scared, but she pushed it off. "What's that?" said Joe, patting his frightened pony. "Fireworks! Fireworks!" shouted the angry pixie in delight. "Look, look!" And there in front of them were fireworks, setting themselves off beautifully. Rockets flew high and fizzled down in coloured stars. Firework wheels whizzed round and round. Firecrackers popped and banged and jumped about around. It was splendid to watch. "This is the loveliest party I've ever heard of," said Beth happily, flapping her big wings as she sat and watched the fireworks. "Lovely things to eat, wishes that come true, exciting games, splendid presents, and now fireworks." "We have to go home at midnight," said Moonface, pushing away Silky's clock, which was trying to sit on his toadstool with him. "How shall we know when it's midnight?" asked Franny, thinking that it really was time for her doll to get to bed. They knew all right, because when midnight came, Silky's clock stood up and chimed loudly 12 times. Dong, 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 dong. To the ladder, cried Moonface, hurrying everyone there. "The birthday land will soon be on the move." The ladder was there, everyone climbed down it and called goodbye. The elves took cushions and slid off down the slippery slip. Mr. Whiskers got his beard caught round one of the legs of Miss Moonface's sofa and nearly took that with him down the slide. Moonface just stopped it in time and unwound his beard. "What about my pony?" asked Joe anxiously. "Do you suppose he will mind sliding down, Moonface?" "Well, he can't climb down the tree, and he certainly wouldn't like to go down in a washing basket," said Moonface. So they sat the surprised pony on a cushion, and he slid down in the greatest astonishment, wondering what in the world was happening to him. Franny slid down with her sleepy doll on her knee. Beth carefully took off her wings and folded them up. She didn't want to leave have them spoilt. She wanted to use them every day. She was very proud of them. The pony arrived on the cushion of moss quite safely. Joe mounted him. It was dark in the wood, but the moon was just rising, and they would be able to see their way home quite well. "Goodbye," called Moonface from the top of the tree. "We've had a lovely time." "Goodbye," called Silky. "Ding dong," said Huglock sleepily. "Take care of yourselves," shouted What's-his-name. Moonface pressed his squeaker loudly and then giggled to hear that Saucepan Man called, "Puss, puss, 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 wherever is that cat?" "Slitty, slotty, slitty, slotty." "Good gracious, what was that Dame Washlot doing washing already?" Joe dodged away on his pony, and the girls ran from the tree. Mr. Whiskers got the water all over him, for he was standing nearby, and he was most upset. "Come on, girls," said Joe, laughing. "We really must go home. We shall never wake up in the morning." So they went home once more through the enchanted wood, with the moon shining pale and cold between the trees. "Wish, wish, wish," whispered the leaves. Joe put his pony into the field outside the cottage. Franny unpressed Perenelle and put her into her doll's bed. Beth put her wings carefully into her drawer. They all undressed and got sleepy into bed. "Good night," they said. "What a lovely day it's been. We are lucky to live near the enchanted wood." They were, weren't they? Perhaps they will have more adventures one day, but now we must say goodbye to them and leave them fast asleep, dreaming of the land of birthdays and all the lovely things that happened there. The end.
There, beautiful. And there's one final picture of them climbing up the ladder at the top of the tree into whatever land that was. Right. Let's flip that round.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's my hand. Ooh, right, okay. Let me slip round the other side of the table.
So now
Again, walking round in black and white. The only way to walk round. Ba, 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 ba. How are we going to rest this?
I already tried it out.
Like that. Do you want to try and sort that out? Right, we are going to finish off. Oh, we look like newsreaders. Hello, welcome to the news. Right.
We are going
to read a poem that you will have seen on the interweb. But if you haven't seen it, then this is our. It won't be as good as the kind of like the chap that's done it on the internet who wrote it, a gentleman called Tom Roberts. But we'll give it our best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading from my phone.
Okay. I think you think you've got. I'm gonna have a slurp of hot chocolate. And this is
Is it hot chocolate?
Oh.
Oh.
It smells salted caramel.
Was it from the Tassimo or which one?
No, just an options one.
Oh. Well.
Only a couple of calories.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The Great Realization by Tom Roberts.
Tell me the one about the virus again, then I'll go to bed.
But my girl, you're growing weary. Sleepy thoughts about your head.
Please, that one's my favourite. I promise just once more.
Okay, snuggle down, my girl, though I know you know full well. The story starts before then, in a world that I once dwelled. It was a world of waste and wonder, of poverty and plenty, back where we understood why hindsight's 2020. You see, the people came up with companies to trade across all lands, but they swelled and got bigger than we could ever have planned. We'd always had our wants, but now it got so quick. You could have everything you dreamt of in a day and with a click. We noticed families had stopped talking. That's not to say they never spoke, but the meaning must have melted and the work-life balance broke. And the children's eyes got squarer and every toddler had a phone. They filtered out the imperfection, but amidst the noise they felt alone. And every day the sky grew thicker till we couldn't see the stars. So we flew in planes to find them while down below we filled our cars. We'd drive around all day in circles. We'd forgotten how to run. We swapped the grass for tarmac, shrunk the parks till there were none. We filled the sea with plastic because our waste was never capped, until each day when you went fishing, you'd pull them out already wrapped. And while we drank and smoked and gambled, our leaders taught us why it's best to not upset the lobbies, more convenient to die. But then, in 2020, a new virus came our way. The government reacted and told us all to hide away. But while we were all hidden amidst the fear and all the while, the people dusted off their instincts. They remembered how to smile. They started clapping to say thank you and called up their mums. And while the car keys were gathering dust, they would look forward to their runs. And with the sky less full of planes, the earth began to breathe, and the beaches brought new wildlife that scattered off into the seas. Some people started dancing, some were singing, some were baking. We'd grown so used to bad news, but some good news was in the making. And so, when we found the cure and were allowed to go outside, we all preferred the world we found to the one we'd left behind. Old habits became extinct, and they made way for the new, and every simple act of kindness was now given its due. But why did it take a virus to bring the people back together? Well, sometimes you have to get sick, my girl, before you start feeling better. Now lie down and dream of tomorrow and all the things that we can do. And who knows, maybe if you dream strong enough, maybe some of them will come true. We now call it the Great Realization. And yes, since then there have been many. But that's the story of how it started and why hindsight's 2020.
I didn't realise I was meant to
There was a
read
line.
that bit.
There was a line
I
at
didn't
the
realise
end,
I was
but
meant
that's
to read
okay.
that bit.
I suddenly approached it and thought, how do I nudge you without disturbing the kind of like the tempo of the poem? But it's fine. I can't do a Tinker impression, so we just left it at that. So it's a goodbye from us. Me and Squirtle are back tomorrow with picture books, and me and this one here will be back on Monday.
I've got a black and white top on.
You have a black and white top on to match my black and white and our black and white slightly grey background. So we're back on Monday, you and me, with the first episode or first chapter of The Adventures of the Wishing Chair, also by Enid Blyton. If you're not familiar with that, very much in the same vein. So if you've been fans of The Enchanted Wood, you won't be disappointed by The Wishing Chair. It's still going to different lands and all that sort of stuff, just going on a chair this time, not climbing up a tree. But Enid Blyton is quite formulaic, but it's still damn good. Right, okay, have a wonderful day. I'd like to give a toast to kind of VE Day, but also it's the 3rd anniversary of losing a special friend of mine. So upstairs, Simon, to you. And also on Sunday it's the anniversary of losing your Uncle Nick, my brother. So him and Simon are hopefully having a drink upstairs. So we will see you back tomorrow for picture books and enjoy whatever celebrations you're doing for VAD. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
TTFN.
TTFN.